What's going on social media? This is Chris Miles, and you're watching the Chris Miles Show. I have something that I want to say, and that is I'm sitting back and I'm watching the states of this race between Kamala Inhofe and that of Donald Trump. I think the sad reality for me, from what I see, is that black men or black people, this encompasses everybody, are being thrown the over sexualization of black women in this process of voting. Once again, we are in this election period, and none of the topics of the subject matters that really matter to black people are on the table. Still in 2024, poverty is an acute issue and topic in the black community. I see a lot of pandering. I see a lot of symbolism, but I do not see any solutions. I've watched many videos of Kamala Inhofe claiming her Indian heritage, but I have not seen her claiming a lot of the things on her father's side. I think the difference for me, what I see is, yes, she's a woman of color. She looks to be a light-skinned sister. And despite of what many people will go out here and say, feel, think, and or do, she is a black woman. But the fact of her being a black woman doesn't make her a so-called African American. That's distinctively the difference between what we're dealing with. She's connected to a black sorority. So that within itself plays a part in her identifying with some issues that deal specifically with the black community. However, structurally, culturally, there's a disconnect with her being a so-called African American. And I don't give a damn what anybody go out there and say. I said, and I see a lot of pandering. Kamala Harris has come out and she has said that she can't do anything specifically for the black community. These are not Chris Miles' words. These are words that she has said. She said that. This is not a campaign for Kamala Harris. It's definitely not a campaign for that of Donald Trump. But when we look at the issues, and we think clearly about it. Let's go back to the fact of I hear all of these things about Donald Trump being a racist. I mean, I hear that. I've heard it. Some of the same people making those allegations about Donald Trump are some of the same people that you've actually seen, excuse me, in videos interacting with him. Those are some of the same people that when they couldn't go to the bank to get loans for businesses or to start up some form of entrepreneurship, they went to Donald Trump and he made it happen. So for all of those that would make the argument that Donald Trump is a racist, the society we live in dictates white supremacy. So I could make the argument that all white men are racist based upon this system that is in tow. So none of us can separate from it, including I. There's a form of white supremacy and there's a form of white privilege. Donald Trump and all white people, even the ones that you would see homeless on the street, benefit from what is called white privilege. The ones that are on the street don't have to be living on the street. Why I say that? Because you could take a white man that's living on the street, take him in, give him a bath, give him a shave him, clean him up, buy him a suit from Walmart, and he could go right in that Walmart the very next day and apply for manager of that Walmart store and run that store. So yes, white privilege exists. These are the things that people don't talk about. But to call Donald Trump a racist, I don't think he's that. But I think the society that we live in dictates that. And let me say this. When you look at Joe Biden legislated policies that makes him a racist. The 1994 crime bill, things that he said, those things never come up. I know people personally was affected by what Joe Biden did. I know people personally that was affected by what Kamala Harris did. I've lived in California. I did Fed time. I know guys I was locked up with that was affected by the bills and prosecuted by that of Kamala Harris. So if you make an argument about that of Donald Trump, him being a racist, you would also have to make that same argument by that of Kamala Harris. Definitely Joe Biden. But this conversation is open for debate. We're going to come back to it because it needs to be debated. All right. I'm Chris Miles, and you've been watching The Chris Miles Show. You got any comments? Drop them below. Until next time, the Moving Finger Rights has written moves on. To all of you, good day.